Bonjour la classe. Today we are going to learn our very first verb, and that is the verb être. Être means to be. But first, let's review. Let's review our subject pronouns. This is what we did last week. Subject pronouns in French are used just like they are in English. They're going to go along with the verb. So it's important that you know those subject pronouns so that you know what the verb is. So first you have je, which is I. Tu, which is you, and that's a singular informal you. You're talking to someone that is younger than you, someone that you're friends with, but not to a group of people or to someone who you need to be more formal with, like a teacher, a principal, a coach. Il is he, elle is she, on is one. But we might use it as that generic you in English. In French, it's the more commonly spoken we. Then we have nous, which is also we, and it's the more formal written form. You'll almost will never see on as we if it's written, but you will see nous as we when it's written. You have vous, which is you when you're talking to a group of people, or like I said earlier, someone that you're more formal with, like a teacher, a principal, a coach, an older stranger. Il, which is they when you're talking about a masculine plural, a group of guys or a group of guys and girls. As long as there's only one guy in that group of girls, it would be il. Note that again that S is silent. And then you have elle, which is they when it is feminine plural, all girls, no boys allowed, elle. Again, remember that S is silent. So il and il sound the same if they're said by themselves. Elle and elle sound the same. They might sound a little bit different when you put a verb coming after it. So, a trick to remember when you're memorizing these, always try to write or picture them like in this table. So, it might help to also think back to your English grammar. So if you're talking about the first person, I'm talking about myself. I might be alone. That would be the first person singular, je. And again, note that that je is never capitalized unless it's the first word of the sentence. Or I might be talking about myself with other people, which would be we, that first person plural, nous. When you're in the second person, I'm talking to someone. I might be talking to one person. That would be either tu or vous, depending on who it is. I might be talking to multiple people. That would be just vous. But again, if I'm talking to just one person and I'm friendly with them, that would be tu. If I'm being formal, that would be vous. But in both of those cases, I'm talking to someone. And then in the third person, I'm talking about someone else. It might be one person. That would be third person singular, il, elle, or on. It might be multiple people. That would be il or elle plural. And then remember that difference between il plural and elle plural. So again, always help because whenever you see a new verb, you're always going to picture it in this way. So that will be helpful to you. If you can kind of always try to write or picture them in this table, that can help you try to memorize these. So here's our first verb. Let's review. First of all, what's a verb? Just like it is in English, a verb is an action word. What is an irregular verb? It's a verb that doesn't follow a pattern. Finally, what's the present tense? Because that's what we're learning right now is we are learning être in the present tense. So what is the present tense? It is things that are happening right now. The verb être means to be. Just like in English, this verb is irregular in the present tense. So let's compare. In English, the verb to walk is regular. I walk, you walk, he walks. Same with to see. I see, you see, she sees. The pattern is nothing added, add an S. In English, the verb to be is irregular. I am, you are, he is. There's no pattern there. You just had to memorize it when you were a child. In French, it is also irregular, which means you just have to memorize it and practice it a lot. So, in French, we have in the singular, je suis, I am, tu es, you are, where that you is singular and informal. Il est, he is. Elle est, she is. On est, one is. Or we are, if you're speaking, very commonly, kind of slangy. Then in the plural, we have nous sommes, we are, the more formal, or what you write. Vous êtes, you are, if you're being formal, or if you're talking to a group of people, like y'all are. Ils sont, they are. Elles sont, they are, when it's all girls. So I'm going to go through them again one more time. Maybe practice and repeat after me. Je suis, tu es, il est, elle est, on est, nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont, elles sont. So again, make sure that you practice that. Make sure you have all that down in your notes, and then we're going to keep going.